Kosmopolacy to niezależny projekt tworzony z pasji do rozmów i ciekawych ludzi. Jeżeli podoba Ci się to, co robię, możesz postawić mi wirtualną kawę i wesprzeć powstawanie kolejnych odcinków. Wystarczy zeskanować kod QR widoczny na ekranie lub skorzystać z linku znajdującego się w opisie odcinka. Dziękuję za Twoje wsparcie.
Caught in between two worlds. I suppose yes. I think in a way, because there's a part of me that has the Polish culture, and in New York I'm different because even though I'm a New Yorker, I have the Polish culture, and in the Polish culture I have New York. So in Poland, I'm still a New Yorker. So yeah, I think there's a bit of a clash there that kind of makes me feel like it sounds sad, but it's not. Like that I kind of don't really belong anywhere, but
Like
it
a
kind of
nomad in
a little bit of a
quotation.
nomad. Like
Yeah.
it makes me feel kind of like I could almost live anywhere.
Were there lyrics or songs on this album or the next one that were emotionally difficult to write?
Yeah, there were some for the next album that were a bit difficult to write, but there's a twinkle in the eye about everything. It's like I write about sad things, but with a sense of humor, sort of like with a twinkle in the eye. So it was more, I don't know how to explain it, lightheartedly difficult.
Also, the way that kind of Polish music has taken, like the Polish hip hop scene, it's taken American hip hop
Yeah.
and kind of made it their own kind of thing is really, really kind of interesting. But I remember way back before ever coming to Poland, when I was releasing vinyl records, there were a lot of in the UK kind of really sought after Polish jazz compilations and stuff with the real aficionados and real DJ kind of.
Welcome to Cosmopolacy podcast, a place for laid-back, uncensored conversations with extraordinary guests. On behalf of the host, I'd love for you to subscribe and leave a rating.
In the first part of my conversation with Mika Urbaniak and Victor Davies, we spoke about family, artistic identity, addiction, recovery, and the healing power of music. In part 2, we talk about love, support, life between cultures, and how Poland, New York, and London shaped them as people and artists. We also discussed their upcoming album, today's music industry, social media, authenticity, and the dreams that still inspire them. Welcome to part 2 of my conversation with Mika Urbaniak and Victor Davies. How do you help somebody without trying to fix them?
That's a hard one, really, because it's like I think I made that mistake at the beginning because I think that sometimes it comes with kind of masculinity where you see your role. I think my dad was very much like that. Went to work, he come home, he gave my mum the money. This is my job, And I think sometimes that you have to realize that you can't fix anyone, and really you can't save anyone. You can only kind of, help people for the situation they're in, but you have to realize that you're also in a situation. Everyone's in a situation. Everyone has problems.
Definitely.
But it's just the level of what it is. And I think that you just can't do it. And it is, it's a saying, it is what it is. Sometimes you can help people, but sometimes it's a balance because if you're trying to help someone, if they have problems, you're neglecting the problems that you have yourself. And it's always this, you're balancing this stuff. And people like yourself, in the end of the day, they have to help themselves.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, it has to start with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it has to, yeah.
Did those experiences also change you personally?
Definitely. 100%. Because I think that a lot of the stuff that we kind of looked at, or I look at now with regards to maybe addiction or mental health, I would before that think I didn't believe in any of that, but now I understand that people don't just choose to do things that are harmful to themselves. it's because of something that's normally something that's happened to them in childhood or whatever. So, and I think I have more of an understanding of that now.
Hmm. Has your relationship changed the way you understand love
For both of
for
us?
both of you?
Absolutely. I think for me, showing up and being there, and for me, how do I say this? Spending time with someone and giving them your full attention is one of the most important and valuable things in love. And I think sometimes, without saying anything negative and being like whiny or whatever about anything, I think in my family there had been a tendency, so much love and so much goodness, but a tendency of there being a bit of a kind of like chaos, and people being kind of wrapped up in their own thing and their own problems and their own thing going on, and that and also, mind you, ADD, which I think everyone in my family has, but like the pure the pure concentrated attention, like full. I think Victor has uh, never ceased to amaze me in that aspect, and replenishes the feeling of love and attention over and over and over by giving that like 100% attention, which I think I sometimes lacked a little bit of as a kid.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's presence, being present, and I understand what Mika's talking about, because the paradox is being an artist. Part of it is not being present, being wrapped up in yourself. So if you come from a family of artists, it's going to be maybe a bit difficult in the time that you need presence is as a child. If you don't get so much presence because the stuff is going on or whatever, it will affect the person later on. And I think for our relationship, I think it's that's the most important thing. And I think with love, it's like you really, my ideas changed about, because it's many different facets. People talk about love and it's just flowers and it's romance and it, but it's not. It's kind of, it's also appreciating, and how you show appreciation is simple little things, to be able to hear someone when they're actually saying something that's important to them, or maybe doing the washing up.
More often.
But they're really
Yeah,
important,
yeah.
and it's just like it's multifaceted, And you say, when you see people, oh, they've been married for 60, 70 years, there's so many different things, reasons why that
Hmm.
is, So yeah, I think it's changed how
But
I
being
think
there
about
for
it.
each other is definitely
Yeah, yeah.
most
Yeah,
important, I
and
believe.
also understanding that, because
Understanding, yeah.
everyone has their bad days.
Of
Everyone
course,
says
of
things that
course.
they don't mean to say, but it's to be able to see that and understand that this person's not going to be perfect all the time. So
Yeah. Somebody once said that in a relationship, the perfect situation is when you wake up in the morning next to your partner and right away think, how can you make this day better for this other person?
yeah,
But that only works when the other person wakes up
yeah,
with the same idea in
yeah,
their head,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
When they're connected and they support each other and they complete each
yeah.
other. Yeah. Do artists experience emotions more intensely than most people?
I think so, unless there's like, some crazy psychopath artists, which
There's
exists.
Of
probably a
course,
few.
of course.
There's probably a few.
which in that case they feel nothing. But I think so. I think artists are more vulnerable, more sensitive, more emotional. I think that makes it possible for them to create what they create.
Hmm. What gives both of you peace today?
Knowing that Victor's next to me. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true.
Sweet.
That gives me peace, knowing that Victor's here.
Really?
Yeah.
With my credit card?
Did you have to say that, huh?
You ruined the moment.
Yeah, you ruined the moment, man.
Damn.
Come on.
Damn. I don't know.
What gives you peace?
What gives me peace in life? As an artist, I don't know. Even as a person, are you ever at peace? Someone said something the other day where
But it has to be a situation,
There's
a time,
moments of peace.
Yeah, moments of peace.
moments
Yeah.
of peace.
You're not.
When you're listening to water, holding my hand.
Yeah.
Come
he
on,
loves to
Victor.
listen
Be
to
romantic.
water.
Come on.
I think
Yeah.
peace, real peace is, again, it's being comfortable with that person. Like we can do anything in front of each other. That's when you realize, you can just be yourself. And there's not many situations with people that you can actually do that. You're always acting. That's part of life. To be able to just, wear your funny socks and your pick your nose and stuff.
And yeah.
And what?
Censored. Beep. Both.
Farting is supposed to be a way of bonding. Apparently, in psychology, it means you're very comfortable with your
comfortable.
partner, and it's
Really?
very healthy.
Really? Now you know. Now you don't have to hold yourself,
That
Victor,
was so
anymore.
close.
Partnerem dzisiejszego odcinka jest Synergia Polska Energia. Jeżeli chcesz sprawdzić, czy Twoja firma może płacić mniej za energię elektryczną, więcej informacji uzyskasz pod numerem 727 636 515 lub pod adresem energia@synergia.pe.pl, a z hasłem Kosmopolacy otrzymasz dodatkowy 5% rabat.
Both of you have lived internationally and experienced different cultures, and I always find it fascinating how artists carry identity across countries and languages. Mika, how did Poland feel emotionally when it became a bigger part of your life?
When I first came here, it felt very foreign to me, and it felt very different, and it felt very strange, because I came for the first time ever that I came to Poland was in '94.
Mhm.
And this was from a time where I was wearing pigtails, listening to Tribe Called Quest. Of course, I have to say Tribe Called Quest like a million times. But listening to rap music, hip hop music on my headphones, and rollerblading in Central Park, and singing and rapping. And nobody cared in New York City.
That's right.
As you know,
Of
you
course.
spent that many years in New York City. And seeing other people doing the same thing and being like, hey, what's up? And I remember the shock when I came here the first time. And that's like, just, I couldn't do that here, because people would be like, oh my God, there's a variat on the street. Like, what is she doing? Like, you didn't see that then. But I forgot the question. How did my
Culture shock.
How did Poland feel emotionally when it became a bigger part of your life?
But then it evolved and it changed, because Poland changed, I changed. I started making music here. I started meeting musicians, which is a whole different thing.
Mhm.
And I think it became very familiar to me. There was something about Poland, even though I was raised in the States, that felt very familiar and felt like home. And I think it has to do with the culture, the language, the fact that my parents are Polish and everything like that. And so it started to become a very natural place for me to be and to create and to, yeah.
So you came to Poland in '94. I moved to the States in '92.
Oh, wow.
We were in New York for 2 years.
That's crazy.
Maybe we passed each other on the street. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
In
with my
Central Park or
headphones.
something. Yeah,
He's like, what's
definitely.
she doing?
Yeah.
Did you ever feel caught between the two worlds, American and Polish?
Caught in between two worlds. I suppose suppose yes. I think in a way, because there's a part of me that has the Polish culture, and in New York, I'm different because even though I'm a New Yorker, I have the Polish culture, and in the Polish culture, I have New York. So in Poland, I'm still a New Yorker. So yeah, I think there's a bit of a clash there that kind of makes me feel like it sounds sad, but it's not like that. I kind of don't really belong anywhere, but
Like
it
a
kind of
nomad
a
in
little bit of a
quotation.
nomad. Like
Yeah.
it makes me feel kind of like I could almost live anywhere to a certain extent. Like I'm not attached to like place, even though I feel at home in Poland and I love Poland. Really do. I've had a lot of amazing experiences here, but there's a certain part of me that feels like I could be anywhere, like that
Yeah.
nomad aspect.
Yeah. What part of yourself feels most American and what part feels deeply Polish?
I think the traditional part of me feels more Polish. Like I really appreciate Christmas and Easter and gatherings and all that stuff, very family oriented. And I think maybe the American part is the openness, the wanting to get to know people, the starting up a conversation with someone on the street, like just randomly. I think that openness is that American part of me, that New York part of me.
Yeah. Did Poland influence your creativity differently than New York or London?
I think did Poland creatively yeah, I think
Did it
so.
influence your creativity?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think it influenced me in the sense of uh I don't know if I can be eloquent about it, but there's like I'd have to think about that answer
Okay. Okay.
and how much Polish music has influenced me. I think uh I have to say that I have been a bit well, yeah, I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, let's just say that it influenced you differently than New York did and
What I
London.
would say more is that the musicians that I've worked with over the years
Hmm.
have influenced me greatly,
Okay.
more than music that I listen to here and there from different artists.
Hmm.
I think that's they make me they help make me grow. They're incredibly supportive. And over the years, there's the musicians that we work with now I've known for 30 years have had a huge impact on my life and on my musical life and on how I feel as a performer. And we have a group chat, a band group chat, all of us, and they send music that they've listened to, and I send music that I've discovered, like Siku recently,
Hmm.
a Dangerous Lover. Um, I've discovered, and you know, so I think musicians that I work with have definitely had a huge impact.
Cool. Victor, what was your relationship with Poland before Mika?
Um,
What?
Before Mika, I played some concerts. I was invited to play some concerts, um, and with Smolik first. No, first my own concert, a couple of concerts
Hmm.
that I played, and then working with Smolik a bit before Mika. Many years ago, my uncle was originally Polish.
Polish, yeah, you mentioned that.
He had a quite a crazy story. I don't know if I should say. He was actually a criminal with the Cray next to the Cray twins. You know the Cray twins? They're very famous East End twins, and they ran the whole of the East End and the West End of London and stuff, and protection rackets and stuff.
Hmm.
And he, when his daughter was pregnant, he broke out of a prison, which almost nobody did because it was on the moor. It was hard to survive. You can't survive it. But he broke out. He got through the moors, the mud and all this stuff, found money, and his niece was having a baby in London hospital, and he hid it under her bed, and they caught him. Then they arrested him. So that's my connection.
That's your connection to Poland. Great connection you have.
That's
Crazy connection. How do you see the Polish music scene compared to other places you've worked?
It's actually since I first came here, it's very, very healthy, um, and the musicians are very professional. Everything from kind of like the venues, the engineers, the quality of equipment and professionalism is very different. I think that's because in a lot of ways, especially the UK, they've had it good because it's like the Beatles and the Stones.
Yeah.
You know, like in London, you want to play somewhere, you almost have to pay to play.
Mhm.
It's like if you don't want to play, someone else will play. You know, it's just kind of that. Um, and yeah, it's professionalism, and I think that also the way that kind of Polish music has taken, like the Polish hip hop scene.
Mhm.
You know, it's taken American hip hop
Yeah.
and kind of made it their own kind of thing. Is really, really kind of interesting. But I remember way back before ever coming to Poland, when I was releasing vinyl records, there were a lot of in the UK kind of really sought after Polish jazz compilations and stuff with the real aficionados and real DJ kind of that stuff. So and now when I look at like stuff like Yemen and that kind of stuff, there's a huge history of that stuff. We were in the studio where he made his first
The radio.
radio where he made the first album. And not only that, it's like kind of fascinating the film as well, the film industry. When I see these Polish films from like the 50s and stuff, the people in the UK, they know the lighting, the famous Polish guys that did the lighting and cinematography and stuff. But the actual films are kind of incredible. So it's all art to me.
And you really like Marlene too.
Yeah, I like Milan. He's my favorite kind of. And I met him a couple of times. He's really nice.
I met him once
really
as well.
nice guy as well.
Yeah.
And I wrote a couple of songs from Marilo Rodovich a long time ago.
There you go.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting because
Ten fragment rozmowy wspiera Fly, ekspert w organizacji prywatnych lotów i ekskluzywnych podróży lotniczych na całym świecie. Dla widzów i słuchaczy podcastu Kosmopolacy przygotowano specjalną ofertę. Szczegóły dostępne na colenfly.pl/VIP/Kosmopolacy. Can you tell me what surprised you most culturally or creatively here in Poland?
I think change, the huge amount of change and so quickly. I don't know if that's political or whatever, but it's kind of fascinating to see that change. I saw it in the UK, the gentrification of certain areas and stuff. In Poland, it seems to have happened really quickly.
Yes.
So that's really interesting. And strangely, it's almost like the people have changed. Like when I first started coming here, the way people, I don't know, it's kind of relaxed. I don't know how to explain it.
I know what you mean.
It's almost like people have physically changed.
Yeah, well, we are living in different times.
Yeah.
The system was different. The mentality of the people was different. It is changing, but it still needs a lot of work and even more change to catch up with, the rest of the Western world, with the Western way of thinking. But I know what you're saying. For both of you, question, does living between cultures give artists a wider emotional perspective?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
How would I explain that? I think just the fact that there's more to work from because there's different aspects and different shades and colors and philosophies and just like I said about kind of feeling the nomadness, you can write about it. You can write about so many different things. Your point of view can be so broad, because of that.
Definitely.
So I think there's a kind of richness to being from different cultures. Absolutely.
I saw an interesting. It's a phenomenon that someone was talking about. They were talking about when people leave a country, and like expat or whatever, and you go to another culture, and you don't immediately have a social group or assimilate, and sometimes it's literally really impossible to do that,
Yeah.
um, and it's a phenomenon where you're caught between two worlds, because the place that you left you can't go back to. And I experienced this because I still have an apartment in London, and I lived in that apartment. And so, like most places, it's an emotional contact. You have memories and blah blah blah. And after a few years, it's just a building, and it was really strange realizing that, being in that moment and realizing this is just a property,
Yeah.
and it's a weird space to be in. But I think sometimes it's almost like you can lose that connect, because once you lose it, it's hard to reground it. It's hard to find somewhere
Yeah.
that becomes, you have to be in one place for a really
For a
long
living time.
time to build that again. And you almost become this kind of like a nomad
Nomad,
kind of
yeah.
person. And and now, especially with the way that Poland's changed, like when I'm in a mall in Poland, I can be in London. It's just the same. And it's a weird feeling,
Yeah.
that you're just kind of floating somewhere,
Yeah, I agree. Do you think travel and different cultures are necessary for artists to grow?
I think yeah, I think it's impossible. Impossible. I think it's important if you, because what is supposed to happen is you go to different countries, you go to see different cultures, and it expands your mind because you see that stuff. But I think it's also important on how you do it, you know, because you can go to a country and just stay in a really nice hotel, and you don't really
Yeah.
experience or you know,
Or you just stay all inclusive hotel on the
yeah,
resort and
Yeah.
yeah,
not go outside, and
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
experiencing a country. Yeah.
It's like being growing up in London. It's like it's impossible to not be affected. Like everyone, my friends in school were from Ireland, Jamaica, Greece, Turkey, Pakistan. It's like you can't not experience that
Exactly.
thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like through traveling or through people,
Yeah,
also, that's really important.
Yeah.
yeah,
My parents asked me if I'm not mad at them that they took me out of my safe environment from Poland and moved me to New York, right? And I say, of course not. I'm thankful for that because I got open to different cultures, different ethnicities, different experiences. So that just made me who I am today
yeah.
by being open to that new environment and new people. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now we arrive at the present chapter, the new album you're creating together. What can listeners expect emotionally and musically from this album?
Lots of amazing instrumentation, up tempo, Motown, about relationships, love, communication, really like lighthearted and fun.
Yeah, it's quite retro. It's quite
Yeah.
60s
Yeah,
Motown stacks,
nice.
that kind of sound.
Why does this project feel important at this point in your lives?
It feels like there's no pressure about it. There's no, why does it feel important? It's really fun, this project. And I think the fact that we're doing it together makes it even more fun and takes away any of the pressure and um why else is it important now?
I think it's also it marks a kind of chapter whereby we started doing social media stuff together, like just jokey
Yeah,
memes.
I see that. Yeah,
Yeah, we just did it as let's try it as a joke. and one of them got 3 million. It's crazy.
Nice.
People really like the idea, the couple stuff, and then we were doing more TV. So I think it's in conjunction with that as a couple that people really seem to like, really want to know about. Um, and it's because we're doing it as a duet album. So it's kind of come in that space, which is really it's really surprised us because we've been musicians for a long time and we walk about Warsaw and stuff. But when we started doing this comedy stuff, we go for a coffee and people go, "Oh my God, I
I
love
love
you,"
your comedy
all the
stuff.
time. It's like, and I don't
It's
know
funny.
if people would have recognized you before, but because you're doing comedy, you're more approachable.
Of course, yeah.
Because you're funny. You're not
Yeah.
going to be a horrible person, So it's it's a weird, it's an unusual period, And obviously, after we'll do Mika's album, and I'll be doing my own stuff as well. But it's interesting to people see you as that.
You mentioned that there is another project coming after this one, right? Is this the most personal, or the next one will be most personal for you?
Then the next one will be more personal for me because it's all my lyrics, all my pre-production. I did production, so I'm the co-producer on the album, which is will be for the first time. And the subjects that I talk about are very personal. It's all about me, 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 me.
How is this album different from your previous collaborations? Is it? Is it not?
Well, it's our second duet album, and I think there's something about the vibe of Motown that just makes it so fun.
Yeah.
It's hard to find any other word for it. It's just so fun to sing and it just feels so good. And there's no pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of like, we've been through all that kind of introspection. Let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
Just have a laugh,
Nice. Does the album reflect where you are today as a couple?
Maybe.
Certain songs, yeah.
Yeah.
Victor, how did you approach production differently this time?
This is all live, this production. All the drums were recorded in over a few days. There's lots of brass. Brass was recorded individually. Yeah, but it's all kind of live. I think the last when we did the art pop album, it was a lot more electronic, a lot more stuff, just alone, kind of doing that production. But this is because I really wanted it to be, sounding like that Motown stuff. So a lot of it is using the same kind of techniques, the same drum mics and stuff like that. Tambourine just played real instead of having loops and stuff like that. So it's it's different. It's more natural sounding.
What atmosphere or emotional direction were you trying to create sonically?
Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Duet. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of vibe to it.
Was there one song on the album that challenged you the most?
What do you think?
Challenged the most.
When it comes to creativity?
I don't think it was a challenge, really. It's
No?
just really easy, this album to do. Really easy.
Once I hear it, I'm going to say, yeah, that's easy to do it. Sure. For you guys, not for me. My father was a drummer, but I never played. I wanted to play an instrument, but no. Mika, I heard you became much more involved in the production process. Did that change your confidence as an artist as well?
Absolutely. It did. And it's a lot more fun. It gives you więcej pola do bawienia się. It's like more,
More space,
more
to have fun.
possibilities, more space to have fun. And it really is a lot of fun. And I really enjoy it. And it's definitely made me more confident.
Were there lyrics or songs on this album or the next one that were emotionally difficult to write?
Yeah, there were some for the next album that were a bit difficult to write, but there's a twinkle in the eye about everything. It's like I write about sad things, but with a sense of humor, sort of like with a twinkle in the eye. So it was more, I don't know how to explain it, lightheartedly difficult.
Do you think audiences will discover a different side of you on this record?
On the next one, or
On
this
this one
one,
or the next one?
a different side of me on this one.
I think so.
I think so.
It's different. It's different. It's really retro soul.
Yeah.
Question for both of you. Was there a song that unexpectedly evolved into something completely different than originally started
No, that happened with on the next
on the next
album.
one?
What you hear in the beginning, pre-production, to what happens after
Yeah.
post-production, it evolved incredibly. It's like two different songs. It's like the evolution of the song is crazy. I think with these we kind of we stuck to the sort of foundation of it, and we didn't really like go,
Overboard on the
yeah.
production.
Hmm. But we will only hear the post production one, right? There is
No,
no.
no, I want to release the.
Oh,
I
both
wanna,
of them.
I want to release both
Nice,
of them.
nice.
I want to release for next year, right? Because this is for the fall, the Motown album, and then next year, I want to release the full album and then release an EP of, you could say, outtakes, kind of
Perfect.
like,
Nice.
yeah.
Very
I'm
nice.
really looking forward to that.
Very nice.
That's gonna be fun.
Cannot wait. What conversation were happening between you? I have a problem today with saying this word. You jinxed me at the creatively while making this album.
Say it again. The question.
What conversations were happening between you while making this album?
What conversations? I mean, how to approach a vocal, certain things about inflection, certain things about attitude, about what does that mean, Motown attitude? What does that mean, soul? Like, how do you
Catching the
sing a
vibe,
song? How do you sing a song with a sense of like more of a soul vibe than a pop vibe? And I had to kind of sort of let go of the maybe kind of pop jazzy vibe and try to feel into the soul vibe. So I had to like find my soul sister.
Yeah.
And what do you hope people will feel after hearing it?
A lot of fun, a lot of joy, a lot of uplifting feeling.
Uplifting,
Because
that's
it's
the
really
word,
it's
yeah.
really good quality, it's really good instrumentation. There's a lot going on, and to feel the love, to feel the love.
When is the album gonna be released?
We didn't make it for the spring. It's gonna come out in the fall.
Okay, I'll look out for that, and definitely will approach you then for an autograph, both of you. You know.
Okay, we'll send you an album. And we'll invite you to the premiere.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. The music industry today moves at unbelievable speed. Algorithms, social media, constant visibility. Do artists today have more freedom or more pressure?
What did I say? I said it's so smart. I'm kidding. Okay. What I was saying was that it's a double-edged sword. I think there's more freedom to a certain extent, and that independent artists have a lot more capacity to promote themselves and to do what they want to do. Like Lola Young, I observed her before she got really big, before Messi. And I was telling Victor, check this girl out, remember?
Yeah.
And she would just sit with a microphone and sing every day. Like just sing, 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 sing. She was completely herself. No record label was telling her what to do, how to do it, whatever. She gained her audience and then she got, huge. So I think that part is good. The part that's not good, the fast pacedness, the pressure to constantly be like in the past, every few years an artist would come out with an album and they would have time to live and to have experiences. Now there is pressure to have an album like every year, which I don't think is good.
Single a month.
A single a month, yeah. I don't think
crazy.
that's good
That's crazy.
at all. It becomes like a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other aspect of it is that there's a lot of stuff out there in social media that's can be demoralizing, can be very cheap, and I have a thing about like uh sex selling music is like the kind of cheap, easy way out to make music, and that happens a lot in social media and with big labels and things like that. So
Yeah.
twerking and shaking your butt and stuff.
Yeah, there was a guy, he recently, he was trying to, just, when you just see someone playing a guitar, but you don't see their face, and he was trying, and he couldn't get any followers and stuff. And he just put two balloons up his t-shirt, and then he played it. And then he
And
got
then he got
loads of
follows
followers.
just for like, being crazy and
Yeah, I've noticed that, and it's. I don't think it's just social media. It's always been that thing that sex sells, because you can see that sometimes, and it's sad that you just see like if you go back really, you pick someone's, young girls. Instagram, you go all the way back to the beginning, and they're playing the guitar and they're good musicians and they're singing and no one really cares. And as it goes on, the clothes, less and less clothes and more
yeah,
followers,
yeah. Has social media helped creativity or damaged it? What do you think?
It's given more access to it. It's easier. You can just do stuff
More
and put it
access
out.
to ideas and also connections with people,
Yeah.
like stories, like seeing posts about a woman whose daughter has MLS and is struggling, and seeing that story and following it. And I think there's a lot of stories and a lot of people that when you follow can be really valuable and can enrich your perspective about, and it's also about information. You can learn a lot about what people are going through, what's going on in the world. I just think it's a matter of filtering properly and not becoming too addicted to it,
Hmm.
and knowing what to kind of ignore and what to focus on.
Yeah.
People are predicting now with social media, with the rise of AI, that in the next few years, the only way that you're going to get real views and access is to be completely live, because people don't know what is real.
Exactly.
And they're saying, so the live streaming and stuff is going to become huge.
Hmm.
And everything else. There is the theory of the dead internet already, isn't there? That like 75% of stuff on the internet is not real or
Yeah.
not truthful.
Yeah.
So we don't know. I always think that AI is very strange. It's strange. It's so quickly. It's gone from stuff that's like, wow, that's really strange, to, is that real? I don't know. I have a weird feeling that
Yeah, and that border between you realizing just by looking at it, okay, this feels fake,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
looks fake,
yeah,
and then that AI progresses so much, sometimes it's even hard to tell the difference.
yeah,
There are some artists that already using AI. Well, artists, quote unquote. Of course, they're not,
yeah,
because they're just using AI,
yeah,
and they release singles and they cash out on on that.
yeah,
I made a song, Christmas song, using AI,
yeah.
and I sent it to my family and friends. And my family was like, "Oh my God, you're wasting your talent! Like you're so talented. We never knew that you have such a beautiful voice, And where did you get this band and this chorus and this?" And I'm like, "Oh, what can I say, right?" But then I sent it to a friend of mine that is a musician,
Yeah.
and I said, "What do you think? I might start recording." And he goes, "You know, it's okay, but me being a professional artist, professional musician, I can hear the AI in your song. I can hear that it's lacking this, the breathing.
Yeah.
It's so smooth, it's so unnatural that
Yeah.
it just looks fake.
Yeah.
So yeah, but with the technology progressing, it is scary what's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I mean, a couple of years ago, found a blues track. I think it was a project by Rolling Stone magazine, and it was like a Delta blues, so just a guy with a guitar. And even then, it was just mind blowing. The guitar was slightly out of tune, the voice was crackly. You could hear the room like it was in this little shack and stuff.
Hmm.
So I have a feeling that they're rolling out AI slower than really where it is.
Yeah.
You know, because that was a few years ago, and it was just like they took everything. They're saying that there's a huge archive in America of a guy that went around America in the 20s and recorded these blues artists.
Hmm.
And they're saying that the AI went to that, you know,
The database.
that database and took it from there, because it was perfect because it was imperfect.
Yeah.
You know, and if that was then, I think that really the major record companies and stuff, they really want this AI, because you'll pay your prescription to listen to AI music on Spotify,
Hmm.
but Spotify don't have to pay any artists.
Yeah.
And they say that Spotify has been making AI music since 2016
Well,
and releasing it themselves as jazz albums. So I don't know. I think that live is the only way now. You know,
yeah, definitely. What matters more today? What do you think, talent or visibility?
What matters more today?
For success, I think for success, it's always been visibility.
Yeah.
It's always been. I mean, yeah.
But you have to have a talent and be visible.
That's to a certain level. But, you know, I've always had this thing that, you know, you go to you know, maybe in London or wherever, you get on the tube and you're going to see a band that have a full auditorium and earning millions, but you walk past a busker in the tube station and he's a better guitarist.
Hmm.
I think that's always been true. I think it's always been true. You know, like you know, when I was young, they used to say, if you can't fight, wear a big hat. And it's that same thing that, you know, until you can be this, you see the development of someone like Amy Winehouse. She's a great singer.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. She really didn't get noticed until she had a bouffant. As soon as she had that 2 foot high hair, suddenly that's the person, you know. And it's just, I just think that's the way it is.
Okay.
You know?
Do artists today have enough time to grow naturally?
I mean, it depends on
Because you mentioned that right now it's expected to release a single every month, right? Album every year.
Well, the whole landscape has completely changed. And I mean, I think it depends on the artist. It depends on what their goals are. It depends on who's around them. It depends on if they're independent or if they have a label. I think the more independent the artist, the more freedom they have to grow and to be natural and to take breaks and to take their time and to do what they need to do to be true to what they're creating. So yeah.
It's difficult though, because if it's like something like TikTok where people blow up, because there's two things that are happening with that. The first thing, someone blows up on TikTok with a song, but there's only like 15 seconds of a song, and he gets 100 million views, and then that person blows up. And there's a phenomenon whereby they play a concert. None of that audience know any of these songs except for the chorus in that one song.
Yeah.
Plus, they have no experience of playing live, never mind playing to a huge audience. And it's a disaster. It happens many times. And now what you're finding, there's a theory called the blue spot theory, whereby the record companies, major record companies, are using bots on Spotify. You know, not only, you know, illegal people, the actual labels are blowing up, getting all these streams to make these artists big. And the blue spot theory is they play a big, huge venue, but mostly they're seeing blue spots of empty seats because their Spotify does not correlate to their fan base, because a huge amount of it is electronic.
Yeah.
These people don't exist. So they play these huge concerts.
And there is no one there.
Yeah, they're saying like the most successful live artists today are from 48 upwards. And many of these younger artists that have this big Spotify, it's kind of false.
Yeah.
So they can't sell out a venue, you know? And it's only the older artists with the legacy that are doing that. So
The fan base.
yeah, it's difficult if an artist, like if you just do a quirky song with a cat and you get 100 million followers, and then the record label, they sign you because you've got apparently an audience but you've got no experience to play in front of 2,000 people, you know? And the 2,000 people, all they want to hear is this thing with a cat. And you can't write some. So it's a strange time we live
Times
in.
we live in, yeah.
Very strange.
Very strange. What advice would you give younger musicians entering the industry today?
No, man.
Victor?
Be yourself.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Wow! Oh, you did it.
You're going to make
Do
millions.
everything.
No, you didn't.
Do everything to be yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
be yourself
Be authentic.
and be consistent.
Yeah.
I think those are the golden rules right now for the young people coming out. Be yourself and be consistent. Don't give up.
Authenticity in the next few years is going to be
The key.
going to be the thing.
Yeah. After everything you experience, what still excites you about music?
For me, it's live. For me, it's the most exciting thing to be in front of an audience and seeing their reactions and enjoying the music with them. It's just such a special, amazing, it's like a holy experience. So that's the most exciting thing for me.
Yeah. The same, I think.
Yeah.
The same.
I would like to end this conversation with a few more personal reflections. Mika, what do you understand about life today that you didn't understand 10 years ago?
Take it easy. Don't worry so much. The piece that we talked about before, just kind of chill. It's as simple as that. Just relax.
And what would you tell your younger self today?
Oh, you're okay, girl. You're gonna be fine. You're okay. I would tell her not to worry so much and to just have faith that things will get better.
Great. Victor, what has music taught you about people?
What has music taught me about people? I think the people, everyone has their own story. I think that when you're making music, it is a kind of self-obsessive thing. You're the artist. It's about you.
Yeah.
But when you start making music that other people listen to, their reactions to it, you know, that they, you know, when someone speaks to you and they say, "Oh, me and my girlfriend, before we got married, we listened to your song, blah, blah, blah." It's like everyone has their own story. You have this narrative that you recorded this album then, and you did this, that. But everyone has their own different story to do with what you're doing as well. Everyone has a story, I think.
Yeah. And what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
I don't know, really. I don't know how important that is to me, to be honest. I think, I don't know. I think maybe it's a bit self-obsessive, or I don't know. If people like my music, that's enough. That's enough, I think.
Perfect. Both of you, what still makes you laugh together?
Everything. Victor is the funniest person I know. He makes me laugh all the time. Specifically, he makes jokes about everything. Self-deprecating. If I worry about something, he'll make a joke about it, and then I'm not worried about it anymore. That's an example.
Victor?
Mika makes me laugh. But she makes me laugh when she don't mean to
do
joke.
He thinks that sometimes I say things like a gangster from the 30s.
You see? Listen to me,
Sometimes
I'm gonna get you in my gun, okay?
Sometimes my voice gets nasally when I speak and I say things funny, and he laughs at that all the time. Or when he speaks Polish, it's really cute, which makes me laugh as well.
Maybe we should do that interview in Polish.
Tak.
Next time, huh?
I know Biuszek mi boli.
Okay.
I've been learning a bit. Dzień dobry, jestem Victor. A ty?
A ty?
A ty?
A ty?
Martin.
Miło mi.
Mi również. So, last question. What are you both still dreaming about?
Still dreaming about a Grammy.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh, why
I'm
not?
kidding.
I mean,
Why
you
not?
know,
No, that's it. No, 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 no.
why?
What do I still dream about? I just want to be able to keep performing for as long as possible
Mhm.
and travel. Those are like the big dreams.
I have one destination for you, New York City.
Yes. Haven't been in a while.
Long overdue, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Victor?
I think that actually our dreams are actually coming true. Lots of things are changing right now, so kind of huge changes. So I think someone was saying something that I don't know, this maybe get a bit esoteric, Gnosticism.
Hmm.
Do you know that there's that the God that we pray to is not actually the real God, and he'll kind of make you in this really bad place. You have to find this other God behind. And someone was saying that they wrote on a piece of paper, I don't believe in this anymore. I believe in the real God, which will give you whatever you want. All you need to do is just do it. And I think we kind of come to that place, about happiness or whatever you want, is actually just saying, this is what I want and I deserve it. So I think it's kind of, things are really possible. Can I tell you a quick story about what
Sure.
strange things are possible?
Sure.
I used to do Thai boxing. I was obsessed and I went to Thailand and I fought in Thailand. It's crazy. And when I came back, I met a guy at a bus stop that used to do kickboxing with me. And I said, "Oh, what are you doing?" He said, "I teach karate. I have this karate class." He said, "I have 100 kids. I have adults. They pay for these belts and stuff." He said, "I'm earning so much money. It's incredible. And I'm teaching this." And I thought, wow, that's incredible. I want to teach kickboxing and do this from what this guy is saying. And I ended up starting a kickboxing class, and it was really successful in Liverpool Street. I had to turn people away until I got a record deal and I stopped. And it was only many years later, I thought to myself, this guy could have been telling me complete lies. I had nothing. I never saw
Yeah.
it. Could be. So how was I successful at that? Just because I believed it.
Definitely.
I saw this as truth, and I said, I'm going to do that. And I did. The guy
If
could
he
be
can
just,
do it, I can do it.
He could be
and
just telling complete nonsense.
definitely.
And it just made me think, wow, the only thing to success is about believing in it. And it's like, a lot of these bands that are really successful, like Led Zeppelin and stuff, it's because I had one manager that believed 100%. No matter what happens, you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
Belief is everything. It's absolutely everything. Because I had nothing solid to believe I could do this, And it was years, it's like 10 years later, I was like thinking, he might have been talking nonsense, but I just believed it.
Yeah.
So
That's a great story and great way of closing our conversation today. But I see that you brought a guitar.
yeah.
Would you like
We're
to
gonna play? Let me get the guitar.
We'll do a little something. Well, you'll do a little something. I'm just going to listen and admire. Whoa, that's very
Painted
colorful.
by Victor.
Yeah.
Once in a Lifetime?
Is it from
Previous album.
previous album?
Mika's album.
Got my right on this train. Got no reason for to stay. Backed it up, had to leave. straight to you, straight to me. You told me that you love me forever. Oh, what a lifetime that will be. You told me that we should be together, but that's enough for me. Listen to your heart. If it tells you go, you should go, go, go. Once in a lifetime, when you find the one, you will know, no, no. Once in a lifetime, once in a lifetime. Hit the track, whistle blow. It's our time, time to go. Feels so good, feels so new. You and me and you. You told me that you love me forever. Oh, what a lifetime that will be. You told me that we should be together, and that's enough for me. Listen to your heart. If it tells you go, you should go, go, go. Once in a lifetime, when you find the one, you will know, no, no. Once in a lifetime, once in a lifetime. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dziękuję.
Beautiful. It was very, very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Mika, Victor, thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you for the honesty, openness, warmth, and for sharing not only your music, but also your journey and your story. It was truly a pleasure having both of you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
very
much.
Thank you.
That was the second and final part of my conversation with Mika Urbaniak and Victor Davies. We spoke about love, support, life between cultures, their upcoming album, and the realities of creating music in a world shaped by social media, algorithms, and constant pressure. Mika and Victor also reflected on what they have learned from each other, what still makes them laugh, and the dreams that continue to inspire them. This conversation was a reminder that creativity is shaped not only by talent, but also by love, experience, vulnerability, and the courage to keep evolving. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, like this episode, and subscribe to Cosmopolacy Podcast. This was Cosmopolacy Podcast, Conversation Without Borders, because the most fascinating stories always cross borders.
Kosmopolacy to niezależny projekt. Jeśli chcesz wesprzeć powstawanie kolejnych rozmów, zeskanuj kod QR na ekranie lub odwiedź stronę wsparcia. Dziękuję, że jesteś częścią tego projektu. Do zobaczenia w następnym odcinku.
On behalf of the host, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed and left a review.